Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and we're going to try to go ahead and finally put this front end all together on this Jeep. Possibly get the radiator in there and maybe let this thing run for a little bit. That is the goal. I can maybe finally button all of this up front. Then get it inspected on down the line. But let's go to work. And if you're new here to the channel, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss any content to come on this Jeep. What I'm gonna do first is go ahead and get this core support on here, or the radiator support, and go ahead, these are not tight down here yet, the aprons, just in case I need to adjust them left or right. So go ahead and do that first and go from there. Bolt this stuff down. That's where it's supposed to be. Alright, I'm gonna have to remove the intake here to be able to get the radiator in. Or it's just gonna make it easier for me, I should say. For all this time. Here we go. Dude, I'm gonna have to take off the expansion tank. That sucks. Alright, I took off the expansion tank, and now we're in business. Woo. Okay. Now, goes here, here. That's lining up. That's lining up. Now I need the bolts somewhere over there in that pile of bolts is the upper radiator bolts. So let's go find those. I think I got them over here. Pretty sure these are the ones. looks like it needs a hose clamp. I don't think there was one on there. Yeah, it's loose. I'm gonna put one on there. Before we cover all this up, let's go ahead and get this lower radiator hose on here. All right, let's check and see where all these wires run to and how they run to. Let's figure it out. All right, I had to take the radiator back off so I could go ahead and run these wires through here because I do believe they run along here on the inside. It's hard because this was all smashed and halfway off, and I don't remember. Okay, I did a little digging, and they go, the first one goes right here in that plastic piece. This one's gonna go right there. This one, get in there. Goes right there. This bottom one goes right there. Now, more digging on where all of this stuff goes. I'm not sure. I think these are going to continue on around that way, but at least I got it to this point and where I can go ahead and start put this radiator back on. Alright, for the second time, let's go ahead and put this back on. Before I can put that upper radiator hose in, I need to go ahead and reconnect the AC lines on both of those points. I got most of the wires running there. There's only one more that needs to be wired up that I gotta try to find the mate for. Let's go ahead and reinstall the box here. Let's make sure nothing else needs to be tightened down or whatnot. Brand new K&N air filter, all oiled up. I did charge this thing up too, so hopefully. Look who's gonna help do the final touches. Oh, the washer fluid. It's all right. I don't think you need a funnel. It's starting to look like a Jeep. It's nice. Your pouring skills are better than mine. I don't pour too well. We'll go ahead and use the rest of that in your car. Very nice. Now we can put some coolant in there and everything else. It is definitely starting to look like a Jeep.
How full is it?
That's awesome.
Like, that little rivet?
Fill it all the way up. Put it all in there. Just taking it all.
It is.
Cool.
Wow.
Awesome. So there you go, Ava.
Thought I could assist.
Nice. Had to Google this too, so this is the ambient temperature sensor, outside temperature sensor. So it kind of just sits in here, and it did have a clip right here, but it's broke, and it's sitting here just like this. So I'm gonna use some zip ties. All right, the last thing I need to do before I start this thing up is connect the transmission cooler lines. And they are just a pain to get to, man. And I can't believe it, I saved this little clip. So I've got to put two of these little guys, one behind each line, and connect it to that. So I'll be back with you guys after this is done, because this is gonna test my patience. Starting to look like a Jeep again. Come on, guys. So let's go ahead and crank this sucker up, put it outside, and put some coolant in it. So I've dumped a good amount of coolant in there. Woo, it's starting to stink from sitting. But no check engine lights at all. The only lights that's on, I've got a ABS light and traction control light. I'm sure they're related somehow. We'll have to figure that out later. But it's taking coolant. There's no leaks right now. No leaks on the transmission lines either. So, and it's going. Temperature is warming, and I got no check engine lights. guys, so you can tell I drove it down the road and back, and it drove pretty good. Definitely needs an alignment to pull them to the left, but driving, other than that, it drove just fine. Brakes worked well. ABS lights on still, and the traction control lights on still. So, dude, I bet it's a ABS sensor or something. Probably one of those wheel sensors. We'll have to get into that. Probably have to go make sure everything's plugged in and everything too. So what we're gonna do now, since it's nice and warm for the first time, we'll go ahead and give this thing an oil change. Let's go. And what do we got here for an oil change is a little bit of Mobile One and this odd filter. This is almost like a Mercedes-Benz filter. It's crazy. So we got a filter and O-ring. Yeah, that's it. So let's get to it. Woo! Oh, it looks good. Remember, it's only got 40,000 miles on it. All right, oil filter is up top, and it's a 24 millimeter. This is crazy. It's just like a Mercedes, huh? There's my cap with, here's my new O-ring. Let's go ahead and pop this old one off with a screwdriver. And on with the new. All right, that part's ready to rock and roll. Girl, what you doing? Nothing? Cool. Alright guys, so now we got the oil change all wrapped up. This thing is completely topped off and ready for many miles ahead. Let's go ahead and put this front Angry Bird on here since I think I can do that without putting the fenders on yet. Not quite sure, but let's just go from there. Watch. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. It's gonna be a wrap for today's video. This has come a long way. That though, that's a totally different color. So it's something else I got to paint. I didn't think I would have to, but I'm going to. So hopefully next episode we can get the plates welded on, get the fenders on. And once that's all together, I can get it inspected. So that's gonna be absolutely great. That way I can then take everything back apart and paint it. Because I gotta be, to get inspected, it's gotta be unpainted. They need to see the repairs. So with all that being said, man, there's a lot more content to come on the Jeep. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know how I'm doing. Till next time. See you later.